how is everybody? I am Lisa. I'm in southern Wisconsin. I have 2 grown children and have recently just gotten back into Barbies. Actually, I started out more with making model houses and the 1/12 scale models and collecting dollhouse stuff. And then that sparked my renewed interest in the Barbies. And I'd been reviewing some Temu purchases recently and mentioned that I still had some of my Barbie stuff from when I was a kid, as well as my older daughter's Barbie stuff that is from the 90s. And some people did leave comments saying they'd like to see the stuff. So I am going to go ahead and walk through a little bit of it today. I want to just be honest and admit that I kind of got the sads when I opened the tubs and started going through some of the stuff, and I don't know why exactly. I think it partly could be because some of the stuff isn't as in the condition I imagined it to be in. It's kind of dirty and dingy. And yes, I can obviously try washing it and cleaning stuff up a bit. But it is, 40 years old in most cases. So I guess that's just what it is. The other feeling I got overwhelmed with was the fact that I go out thrifting all the time and I'm scouring all the little bags of stuff at the Salvation Army and the Goodwill looking for small Barbie trinkets and accessories. And lo and behold, as I'm going through this, I knew I had some accessory stuff, but I realized that between my daughter's stuff and mine, I have like oodles of Barbie stuff. So, and like I said, some of it's from when I was a kid. Some of it is from my daughter. And the other thing I ran into that was kind of giving me a problem was that I couldn't identify the Barbie dolls. I know a couple sets of specific clothes that were mine and for my Barbies when I was a kid, but I don't know which dolls they were, and I tried looking at the dates on the back of the heads and the dates on the back of the bodies, but it, I think I read somewhere that even if it says 1966, that just means that was the mold that was used and not necessarily when the item was made. So in any case, just to get started, I'm throwing some clothes, at least where I can identify the clothes, on a couple of dolls that I think are the older ones. But again, I'm not sure, so if anybody recognizes something, feel free to correct me. And I'm just trying to get her dressed a little bit here. And then, so I know I had the Pink and Pretty doll, and I know that these were her clothes. I think there's still a little piece or two missing, because there was the big skirt here that you could tie as a cape or a shawl on her. And then we had the narrow pants, and then this fur stole. But then I think there was a small tie-on skirt that I haven't come across yet. And then there was also this skirt. So these were all components of the Pink and Pretty Barbie. And then she had this sparkly necklace, and I believe she had earrings and a ring, but so far in going through this stuff, I can't find the earrings and the ring, and I am going to be kind of mean here and tell you I blame my kids, because I know that at one point I had these things in like a little jewelry box, well, it was probably a watch box that was kind of big, and it snapped shut, and that's where I kept all my tiny Barbie things. But there was this little necklace with the pink and pretty Barbie, and then she had matching earrings and a ring that went in the hole in her hand here. So I'm gonna keep looking. Hopefully they will turn up somewhere. There is a possibility that I have another tub of Barbie stuff somewhere, but we've lived in our house since 1997. It could just be tucked away somewhere, and I don't know. I have a pretty good idea where everything is in my house, but not always, I guess. And then I'm almost positive that these were the shoes that came with the pink and pretty. They were just like the little slip-on, oops, there we go, heels. If you can imagine, in the early 80s or late 70s, those were quite the fashion. So this is in okay shape. It's a little bit worse for wear, but that's the pink and pretty Barbie with most of her getup. Then I had this other Barbie. I don't remember what it was called, and this isn't the actual doll, but I know that this was her outfit with this darker pink. This skirt, the elastic is kind of shot in the waist, as happens with older elastic. It does wear out. I could replace that. I have some sewing skills to speak of. But I think, if my memory serves me correctly, this outfit came on a doll that it had a button on the back, and you would push your thumb into it and it would make her arm do an action so that she could hold a hair dryer or a hairbrush, and it would look like she was doing something. I haven't found any Barbie with a button on her back, so I don't know what happened, and maybe that's part of the reason I struggled with this all a little bit today, because things just weren't as I remembered them, and maybe that's just a symptom of being 52 years old. I think that can happen, but the little jacket is still cute and sheer, and then the skirt has a little silver thread hem. So anyhow, those were the two Barbies I really remember from being a kid. I did come across a suntan Barbie, and that might have been mine from in the 80s as well. And then Ken, these are not Ken's original clothes, but I do know this is my original Ken doll. He came with these really sexy purple satin shorts, which the elastic is shot in, so that would also be a needed repair. And then he had this kind of Hawaiian shirt. So these, I remember these were the original clothes that came on my one and only Ken doll that I had. So this was probably from, I don't know, 1975 or 76. And then most of the clothes I had were either ones that my mom made or she picked up at like a craft show. Craft shows used to be big, and I know she would bring some stuff home, like this red dress here. And actually in those days they would put actual snaps on them instead of Velcro. But so we had this white or red and white trimmed satin dress. I remember when I was a little kid, I thought this was really fancy, and it was one of my favorites. But somebody put some time and effort into that. Then this, I believe, and granted, you know, who knows if my memory serves me correctly, but this was a dress from a craft show, and maybe we can slip this on. I remember as a child really struggling with the elastic in these things because whoever made them, they were made really tight and really hard to get up over the Barbies. And then their legs were pretty sticky, rubbery in the day. Okay, so even grown-up me is gonna struggle here. But this is definitely a very 70s or 80s style dress, which, as a matter of fact, is kind of back in style these days, I think. I just saw an ad for clothing and I looked at it and I thought, is this an ad from the 80s? And then no, it was a current ad. So there you have it. Everything old is new again. So not to disparage the seamstress, but very tight fit, which I guess is good on the one hand because the dress will stay up. She's got some stray threads there that need to be trimmed, but for somebody back in the day making clothes for a craft show, that was a little simple tubular pull-on dress. Then this one is actually really a fun print. It's like a smock dress. I'm just gonna throw it on over this one. This was definitely, it might have been from a craft show, or it might be one that my mom made, but it's definitely a homemade or handmade item. There's a snap on it, which I think all Barbie clothes should have snaps, but it's just a nice little smock dress or apron dress. Not sure what you would call that. And then, oh, I know my mom made this cape for the Barbie. It's like a black. Like I said, the stuff isn't in the greatest shape, but it's a lined cape. So this was the old material from the 70s. I don't know who had an article of clothing with this, but you can bet it was scraps from some other project. The little wheelbarrow and flower print. And then on the outside it was black with some velveteen stripes. And then it was just a cape for Barbie. It never had a closure on it. Mom must have got tired and decided not to do a closure or a tie. But there we have that. This skirt is very dirty, but I'm also pretty sure this is one that my mom made. It has a snap on it. It's like a peach polyester. Definitely gonna soap this up and see if it will come clean. When I was a kid, we would take our Barbies outside in the yard and play with them. So I have a feeling that's how some of this stuff got so grungy. You know, when your parents said, go outside, you went. Okay, so a peach maxi skirt. Very dirty. Needs a wash. Ooh, looks like Mom did a hand hem on the inside of it. Kind of a thick polyester. Probably made it hard to make such a little skirt for a doll, but I'm sure she was just working with what she had. And overall, did a very nice job. So just gonna pick up some other things to show that I think came from craft shows. This dress might have been from a craft show. It's like one step off from being a pot holder, but it was a little crocheted dress. I did have an aunt that crocheted, and I think some of the Ken clothes I'm gonna show are from her, so she might have made this. I'm not sure, but so we have basically a circle skirt, some kind of shell stitch, green and white, very nice. I believe this little mini skirt was another craft show item that Mom brought home. Fun fabric, really lace. Oh, and I'm sorry, the green dress had this snazzy matching hat. Barbie could have worn with the dress. Not bad. Then there was this little jumper, again, kind of a one-piece tight with elastic. I'm not even going to try to put it on a doll because I remember as a child just about ending up in tears between the three areas of elastic you had to wrangle over the Barbie's body. But once it was on, it was actually a darling little jumper or jumpsuit. This is another crocheted item. Again, not sure if it was from my aunt or if it maybe came from a craft show. I want to say my aunt crocheted these, but as a grown-up, I asked her about it one time and she didn't remember having done so or sent me anything, so I could be misremembering. This was just a little kind of jacket or vest. I don't know if it had a snap at one time that is now gone, but somebody put a lot of time and effort into that. Which, oh, here, we can't forget this one. I believe this one was supposed to be a Red Riding Hood outfit. See if we can't whip this on quick. I don't know if it's harder for little kids to navigate putting on these Barbie clothes or if it's easier for them because they have smaller fingers. I see a lot of pulled seams in these things and could be fixed, but I'm not sure how much use something like this would seem, so I don't know if I want to spend the time fixing things. This is a red gingham dress. Kind of boring, but this is what we had. You can see the seam is pulled out on this. It could be fixed, but. And then there was a little Red Riding Hood cloak. There we go. So there you have it. And I do believe that was kind of a craft show item that got brought home for us. Little Red Riding Hood. All right, and then this is kind of a unique, well, Ken had these purple corduroy pants, which I feel like my mom made these. They were pretty heavy. The elastic is not elasticy by any means any longer, but that was 40 or more years ago, so I'm sure it had a good run. Nice hem on the bottom, a little frayed. Kids were hard on stuff. But this little ensemble really cracks me up because I don't think it ever fit Ken very well, but it was tuxedo pants that are crocheted, because what man doesn't want to wear crocheted pants that are split all the way down the backside? And then it had a tuxedo crocheted jacket, white with a black collar. Then there was a tiny crocheted bow tie. And then you could change out the shirt color with these Dickie-like vests. So there was a yellow one that you could pin the bow tie on. And then we had white. And then we had the red. So for someone to sit and crochet all of this, I'm sure was quite a bit of work. The pants, the jacket, and then the Dickies. Very funny stuff. This is an old bathrobe that came on a Barbie. It's very dirty. I can't believe as a child I never knew to wash Barbie clothes, but it's yellow, fuzzy. It's got an attached tie. And then this, I think, was probably just some little rummage sale find or something when we were kids. A little black, sparkly. You could see Barbie going out to disco in this little number for sure. And then I have a couple other pieces that, you know, when we were kids, we didn't have anything like what the kids have now, for sure. This one I think my mom made. It's a green strapless, kind of a hunter green velvet with a ruffle at the bottom. And then this was probably off some old rummage sale doll or something. Who knows how old this one was, but again, a little strapless vintage dress. Some red bric-a-brac around the, or rick-rack. I'm not sure what, but it's kind of quite a little piece for its age. And then I have this. This is very 70s, 80s looking. I don't think that this was ever like mine from any doll I had, but we used to trade Barbie clothes with the neighbor kids, and I think somehow I traded for this skirt and this little jacket from a neighbor. I think her name was Johanna. Let's see. I have some of the furniture out. One of the things that's gone missing, and I don't know if I threw it away at some point because maybe it was too broken, but it was the canopy bed. And I still have the bedspread that was on the canopy bed and the sheets, but I don't know where the bed itself went to. So maybe I just decided it was too yellowed or too broken and I must have thrown it away at some point, but this was so cute. And I know when I was a kid, it was so precious to me. But white plastic, sometimes it doesn't age super well. There's nothing you can really do about it. This was one of the throw pillows that I believe went on the bed. It was foam with some lace around it. So as far as furniture goes, I have the ubiquitous wicker furniture. Everybody had this, right? So they're a little broken up, a little worse for wear, especially this chair. But, and then there was the settee or the couch. Again, a little broken, and then a little table. But still functional. I might keep that out and use it in a diorama. little feline interested in the Barbies, so I had to take it away. Then in our Barbie dream house, we had this clear acrylic table. It says Barbie on it. Again, with age, the acrylic or plastic is a little yellowed, but still functional. And then it had the 4 chairs, which, taking them apart so many times, of course, they don't want to stay clicked together, snapped together. But I do still have all the pieces and all 4 of them. They're just not very sturdy because I try to pack stuff away and then take it apart for storage, and then it lessens its stability. So we had the table, the 4 chairs. I still actually kind of really like this. And then this couch made me so sad when I took it out of the box. It says made in USA 1977. And it's dirty and it's very, I don't know, just doesn't seem very nice anymore, but I remember thinking this was so cool when I was a kid. Armless couch, the pink fuzz, which I believe used to be kind of glued down on there, but I could be wrong. And then I had these little pillows for it, but they're not really pillows. These were from Avon. They were little sachets to put in your dresser drawer. But I don't know if I had permission, but I made them part of my Barbie, my Barbie stash. I can still feel it. They had little like pill-shaped pieces in there that had the scent on them. I don't know. Does anybody remember these? I think late 70s, early 80s Avon. Perfect little Barbie pillows. And then they had the envelope back so you could put fresh fragrance packs in there if you needed to. So I used those on my Barbie couch. There was this little footstool console. I believe this was meant to go with the bedroom set. I'm not entirely sure. It's got a built-in TV, and I'm guessing that must be an 8-track cassette player. And then it would open up and you had storage room in there. So that piece has survived the years fairly well. This was the coffee table, and I cannot find the pink insert that went on top. And we have this wardrobe closet. It's a little banged up and dirty also, but it opened up. There was, it opens up. Ooh, better be careful. Old plastic is fragile. It has a mirror inside. And then a hanging rack. And these, I believe, are the original hangers for this one. And it has a spot for your shoes, and then the drawers for other small accessories. Although back in the day, I don't remember having a lot of accessories. This is actually a nice wardrobe. Let's see, this one says Barbie on the back, but I don't see the date or anything marked on it. Also in the bedroom, we had this little seat and dressing table. The drawers came out. we had this little phone. I know this was an original piece that we had. All right. Then we had this bed. Well, foam's a little sad looking, kind of aged and old. It was just a kind of simple pedestal bed. I had a sheet. Not very user friendly, especially for a little kid, but you would try to tuck in the ends of the sheet. And it had a top sheet on it. And this pillow, although I think this pillow maybe went to the canopy bed. I'm really actually kind of sad that now that I realize that's gone. But pretty nice little bed. And then we had this corner bathtub. And I should just explain, it's not like we went to the store and really picked out any of this. This is kind of a bad story. So my mom and dad would go out to eat fish on Friday nights, and I would watch my sister. So I was probably like, I don't know, 10 maybe, I don't know, and she was 5 years younger. But then kind of like as payment for the babysitting, they'd bring home some Barbie items. So we just got whatever, and we shared. It was both of our stuff for the most part, but my sister doesn't seem to have any interest in it. We've discussed it, but so there was this little bathtub. It was like corner bathtub, and you actually could fill it up with water. The drain plug would come up, and the handles and everything are broken now, but it had a tube, and this was the handheld shower nozzle. And I do have the knobs, but again, they don't stick in there very well. They don't stay. And apparently the actual spigot where the water comes out is gone. Here was a little soap and soap dish. So that was blue and yellow. Their color scheme was a little wild back then, in my opinion. Blue soap, yellow soap dish, pink tub, blue fixtures, yellow plug. And there was a little washcloth. And then there was a blue towel rack with a towel. But I am quite sure we thought this was the coolest when we were kids. And then lastly, I have, well, for the bigger items, I have this Barbie scooter or moped. When you rolled the back tire, it makes driving noise. I don't remember if it had a helmet, but I think it did at one point. And then there's storage in here. Oh, for Pete's sake. There's a little kickstand on the bottom, so it's set up by itself. And headlight, the handlebars turned. So we had the scooter. This has actually survived fairly well for 40 years. And then I came across this other piece that I feel like is worth noting. If I can find it here. Oh, yeah, this little red phone, orangey red, the yellow keypad on it. This was the phone that was in, we had a yellow Barbie Corvette that we never had batteries for. But it had like a long cord and a remote control, and it would work for about 5 minutes until you needed 3 or 4 more D batteries, which we never had. So eventually we just cut the cord off, and then over time I think I got sick of it kicking around and we sold it at a rummage sale or probably threw it away. Some of the other accessories that came with the furniture, we had this little record player. The lid is broken off because it was just a plastic hinge, and that's broken, but it had little Barbie records. And you can see there's the turntable, the hi-fi. This was the TV. Back when a TV was a big, heavy box. Got some nice fake wood grain there. Nice. No picture, but fake wood grain. And then we had this pitcher and vase and 4 glasses on a tray. Put that on the table and hold it up. So these were kind of a neon pink. I don't know if the vase had flowers in it at one time. There was the pitcher and the 4 glasses, and the tray has some fake wicker detail handles. So that you would set on your little play coffee table. I'm really just kind of focusing on what I distinctly remember being from when I was a kid. I have a whole bunch of stuff here, but I think a lot more of this is from when my daughter was a kid. But these were ours. These 2 pans with the little lids, which, I don't know, I think they're pretty nice actually. So they were part of the dinner set. Then we had a little bowl of fruit, pink bowl, white fruit. These 2 little birds might have come with the dressing table. They were just knickknacks to set on the dressing table. And then of course we had a picture of Hunky Ken framed on the dressing table, and a teeny tiny alarm clock, digital. This little lamp, this was not Barbie, this was just from a plastic furniture set I had that got relegated to Barbie. Then I came across this, and this I know was from when I was little. It's a little butterfly barrette that you could put in Barbie's hair. I don't know specifically if it came with a Barbie or where it came from, and I'm sure there was 2 of it at one time, but I can only find 1 now. And here is a tiny compact. Some different makeup stickers inside. That would have been on the dressing table. And this little perfume atomizer. Pretty sure that was ours when we were kids. And then a mirror, brush, and comb set. I'm sure everybody had these. A little floral print on the back. And that's pretty much it for the stuff that's presentable. Oh, I forgot the barbecue grill. I'm not sure which meats really went with this, but this was our grill. And had the lid that flipped open and shut. I don't know if these little flat hamburgers were the ones. I'm pretty sure this little hot dog went on there. And then maybe this spatula. But there's that. So we had the grill. Again, we had the wicker outdoor furniture and some kitchen stuff. Lastly, I just wanted to show a few of the things I found in my daughter's Barbies that would have been from the 90s. Maybe the early 2000s, but I'm pretty sure the 90s would have been most of it. Because I'm sitting here looking at them thinking, oh my gosh, that stuff is so cute. I think it's better quality and more interesting than the things you're gonna find on the shelf today, and head and shoulders above what we would have had back when I was a kid. So a couple of the things I just wanted to show was this video camera. And to be fair, this might be a Spice Girls item. My daughter does, well, I still have them, but the Spice Girls dolls, and this might have come with them, but there were 2 cassette tapes back when cassette recorders took like VCR size tapes. So it has 2 of those, a yellow one and a white one. And then I came across these very fancy Barbie plates, and I thought, oh, those are really nice. I found 2 of them. I'm not sure if there's any more, but there were these 2. And then here is a little pen with a feather top on it. When I saw that, I was like, that is so cute. It just occurred to me when I was going through all the dolls, because there's some more in a tub upstairs I didn't bring down, I did find a Cher from the movie Clueless doll, Alicia Silverstone, and I'm thinking this pen might have been Cher's pen from Clueless. I might have to do some research, but I just love this. I'm definitely going to borrow this. I don't know if my daughter is ever gonna request her Barbie things back. I did one day deliver all of her holiday Barbies that are still in the boxes to her because they take up so much room, and she has a nice basement. So I thought, well, we'll just let her store them for a while and decide what she wants to do with them. But I also found, this says 1995 Mattel. It's a little pink and gold gift box. Maybe find something tiny to put in there. I don't know what, maybe a little bottle of perfume we could put in there. But there we go. Very nice detail. And then this must have been part of a shopping set. Here's a little Barbie clothing box. On the end it has some little barcode stickers. Box opens up. It's hard plastic. It's a really great accessory or detail. Then there's this teeny tiny MasterCard. link on the back. Nice little piece. These little scissors that actually scissor. I'm sure they don't really cut anything, but most of the scissors I see now are just molded plastic and don't actually have action. So I thought that was worth noting. I'm assuming this is a choker or a dog collar, but I suppose a Barbie could wear this. There are some dogs and cats, and there's like a veterinary set in some of the stuff, so that might be what that is. But I also found these little silver Barbie teacups. I think there's 4 of them, but they are embossed with a bee. They're silver. My memory is telling me there was once a silver teapot too, but I have not yet seen that. I've just found the 4 teacups, and then there is some silverware, and oh, there's a little silver cake server with the bee monogram. And well, here's a silver, I assume, teapot lid. And then little lace napkins with a silver napkin holder. Very fancy. I found these little bags of food, and this one is slices of cheese. And then this one is lettuce and tomato slices. Although it looks like it is. I thought those were more hamburgers in there, but perhaps I was mistaken. Not sure if they were with a grocery set. We have a little laundromat. After I get a chance to clean up some things, sort through some things, maybe I could take my daughter's sets from the 90s. Like I said, there's a laundromat, and there is a veterinary set. I might be able to kind of piece them together with some of these accessories and have a little show and tell. If you do want to see something like that, just leave a note in the comments. Hopefully, with a little time and Google research, I'll be able to figure out which Barbie is which and know for sure if one of these Barbies is actually my pink and pretty Barbie from when I was little. And who knows, maybe somewhere in this house I have a tub of other Barbie items and I just haven't found it yet. I don't know. We'll see. But I hope that you found some enjoyment in seeing these old Barbie items. They're not nearly as sophisticated as some of the things today, but I suppose they have their own merits. So there's that. But let me know what you think. And thanks for watching if you've hung in all this time. I hope you can find joy in the little things just like I'm learning to do. And have a good day wherever you are. Thanks. Bye.